YouTube, what's up? We are Culture Hero and we are back, y'all. I'm your boy Dev, aka D-Lock. We got another special guest to my left, y'all's right.
I'm back.
Justin Lomas from JJ Lomas Entertainment, y'all. Subscribe and follow him. He knows what he's talking about. And we got over here the founder.
Oh, I'm the founder. Yeah, Avatar Slang.
And then all the way to my right and all the way to y'all's left, we have Philly's #1 hero slash villain slash bad guy slash he saved the world when you feel like it, but other than that. Oh yeah. Greg Jones, y'all. Give it up.
Darth Bellum.
Urban Jedi Knights,
Pleased to
y'all.
be here.
Today, we are going to talk about what has been on a lot of nerds' minds. Batman. Yes, Batman has been casted, and it is Mr. Robert Pattinson from, I think what we all know is Twilight, and a bunch of other movies that he's done so far. I'm definitely going to dive right into this. Definitely dive right into this. Justin, you want to start? You want me to go? You want to go this way?
I mean, I had thoughts like a few months back, because a few months back they were talking about Robert Pattinson and then, who's the other dude that was in the Nicholas Hoult?
Yeah.
The guy who played Beast from X-Men?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I couldn't see the dude who played Beast playing him because he just...
I don't see it.
He feels like a little bit too skinny to me and like a little bit too dorky even if he tried to bulk up or something like that. And Robert Pattinson, like, I just shrugged it off right because I'll be honest, I'm just one of those people who just shrugged it off because he was in Twilight and like Harry Potter, he didn't really have much to do in that movie either.
Yeah.
So
Cedric.
I was just like, it's just a rumor. It's just a rumor. I'm not paying attention to it until it's like confirmed. So nah. But I mean, now that it is confirmed, like I said, it's only Harry Potter and Twilight I really knew him from. I went and saw a movie actually just earlier today called Good Time. And it was about him. He had like a brother with special needs. They go to rob this bank to get all this money. And then when they're on the run, the brother gets caught, gets put in jail. And it's up to Robert Pattinson to kind of scrounge up all this money to save him. The movie, it didn't really turn out how I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be something bigger. Mm-hmm. But it just ended up being really bizarre. And like, not bizarre in like a cool, unique, like trendy kind of way. But just bizarre and like disappointing. But he was good, and I can't see him with Batman characteristics in that movie at all. But I can definitely tell it's like, yeah, this is better than like Twilight and Harry Potter, Robert Pattinson combined. Like he's definitely unique in that movie. So I don't know, I'm keeping an open mind. Like I'm guessing he's gonna be like Ben Affleck and bulk up, maybe gain like 20 or 30 pounds of muscle. So
yeah, how tall is he? Does anybody know?
6'1".
6'1".
He's my height too.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't seen any other films of his besides the Twilight series, and Harry Potter. I just don't get Bruce Wayne vibes from him yet. And maybe time will tell. But I just feel like everyone that we've had as Batman, I've been like, even Ben Affleck, I was really like not for that, but I could see why they did it. But like Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, Christian Bale, like I just felt that. Now, granted, I saw Equilibrium before I saw Batman Begins.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
But it's just like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I mean.
Do you think he could have like a redemption, kind of like Ryan Reynolds did with Deadpool, or like Ben Affleck did from Daredevil?
Who? Robert Pattinson?
Yeah.
Redemption?
Is it considered redemption?
I don't know, because like in Deadpool, like Ryan Reynolds was in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and like no one really liked that movie. And
people love Twilight. I'm not people though.
That's true.
He lying, yo. He got the whole Witter collection.
I just watched the fight scene. Trash.
Okay. He just fronting for y'all.
Not even his wife's either. He said they're all his.
I don't need this.
I don't need this. I don't know. I mean,
There's an Avatar Slang bookmark in here.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, he put
exposure. He pulling receipts out.
Okay. No, y'all. But he's at a good height. He's at a great age. Because I definitely wanted a younger Batman. I really hope they go the year one route.
He's a little over year one.
Think so?
But people always pick their age in Hollywood anyway.
That's true.
Because he's 33 already.
Yeah.
He's going to be up until he's like 34, 35. 25.
That's
In
true.
Harry Potter, they're supposed to be 14, but they're all like 18 or 19
Yeah,
or
that's
20.
true.
In his case, because it was I'm sorry, I just watched the Goblet of Fire again. In his case, he was supposed to be like you couldn't be under 16 or 17 to get into it. So he was definitely playing it over.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was like
that's
17.
right.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
He was an upperclassman.
That makes
Haven't
sense.
done that in
That's
years.
Yeah, no, I just, like I said, I would have to see more, and I just really hope the director really gets with him and he really dives into the Gotham and just everything, the mindset, just that whole world of Batman. Like, I really hope he's a Batman fan to a certain degree, that he really just takes us and runs with this, because this is definitely going. I mean, he's already had a career, but this is really going to make him.
I was thinking about that
or
today.
break him.
Did you like his Planet of the Apes trilogy?
That's the latest trilogy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the first two. I didn't like the last one.
No, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the first two Planet of the Apes. I like how they were done. A lot of people were like, with them, but I like them. So I trust they'll get it done. But I really hope that he really pushes Robert Pattinson in the right direction, and hopefully gives us the Batman we deserve. What you think, Derek?
They're gonna blame the movie. If the movie is bad,
Yeah,
people are gonna blame Robert Pattinson and not the
course.
director.
of course.
So I think when the movie comes out, we have to make sure and rate his performance aside from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think we gotta give him a chance because I looked at his filmography. Those aren't movies anyone's watched, so I don't know why people are acting like they really know.
Yeah.
And you can't say, "Oh, he's the Twilight Bull," because we accepted a lot of dual roles
Mm-hmm.
before. Like, these same people are complaining, pay to see Batman vs Superman, knowing dang well Ben Affleck was Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
So probably should relax.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, yeah.
Like Aquaman technically doesn't look like Aquaman,
Not at
but
all.
we accept him.
Right.
Well,
No one's
Greg
gonna
doesn't.
make fun of
I certainly
Jason
don't.
Momoa.
I certainly don't.
But we as a society,
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the numbers.
It's a Batman solo film.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we haven't had a solo Batman film
Bruh.
since 2012.
Preach. He was blazing.
and a where
And then
and that right there, there's a little off topic, but that shows you how quickly we're used to our characters being made. Because 7 years isn't that long for a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not really that long. Like some people don't see their characters remade for decades.
True. But
It's a new generation.
the
Yeah,
Dark Knight
definitely.
trilogy was in its respective universe. Because he
No,
wasn't a part of-
I get that.
Right.
I'm
right.
just saying it's just funny to point out
Yeah,
that
yeah,
like
yeah.
we have a new, like we're so used to getting our characters remade
Yeah, yeah.
and stuff
Like
because
every
we got 3
few years
Spider-Mans.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
So no, I just had to point that out.
Spider Brothers.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, at first I was like, this. I'll tell you my initial feeling. There's so many talented acting geeks out there.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just get one of them? Like, there's plenty of acting geeks that are 6'1".
That's
You
true.
gotta do a lot
I guess also
work
if he's
to be Batman. Like,
I mean, I can't doubt them because I don't know them. Those British guys they be switching up. But
Yeah.
Like, because they're classical trained.
yeah, that's why. Yeah, classically trained.
Yeah. And we were talking about that before too.
Me and you.
Yeah, I think it might have even been on video.
Okay.
Because we were pitching who could be the next.
Yes, I do
the next
remember that.
Batman.
Yeah.
And I know you were talking about how what you would have liked to have seen with somebody fresh. I was telling you, my starting lineup, who could be the best Bruce Wayne.
Angel.
Angel, David Boreanaz.
Shout
You're annoying.
shout out to
Listen,
Angel, y'all.
Listen, wherever you at, David Boreanaz, I'm mad at you, dog. Should have just rose to the occasion. Like, you know what? The streets is calling for me. Gotham is
But
calling.
see, that goes against my thing of
All black.
people are like Angel, Bones,
Mhm.
even though he's not even Detective Bones or whatever. in that
Yeah,
show.
he played it.
But people would have said Bones.
That's fine. I would have gotten past that because he could have played Angel and been Batman for real. But kind of. No, listen, do your research. Watch Angel and tell me. And I could name the episode.
Nobody watched Angel. That's why I got canceled.
Somebody needs to.
Damn.
He says
He's going after that show.
You can't kill what I love, dear.
I mean, I would hope it get canceled.
Well,
It came on in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Early
yeah,
2000s.
That would have been a long ass show if it's still running and then
It
get
started,
canceled.
started in '98. Yeah, that would have been.
Okay, but no. All jokes aside, I think they should have just got not should because like I said, he might be good and we'll forget because Heath Ledger was criticized when he got picked. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's wild.
Because everyone
Now
thought
he's
they
a joke.
picked him because like girls thought he was hot,
Right.
like, and that's the
Not
whole
knowing
reason
that he's
why.
Absorbs this stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
But what I think is interesting too is like, much like Robert Pattinson after Twilight, you had Daniel Radcliffe who did like the Harry Potter films, and then after that, he's just been doing indie films for the past like 7 or 8 years.
But knocking him off the park too. Did any of y'all see Horns?
Yeah, I saw it. Dude, that was fun.
A long time ago.
That was such a weird movie, but it was great.
Yeah.
American accent the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's all I'm really giving them points for. But like, I think, because you got to think about how much they go into like the actor themselves. They go into picking whatever projects they're going to commit themselves on. Hell, we were just approached today to pick and if it wasn't presented the right way, we wouldn't have been like, hey, let's do this project. Like, they have a say in that. So for them to pick a project that they're successful on, they're able to like play a role in. That's like you get to pick what football team you want just because you can see their track record and just or without seeing their track record. You
Golden analogy.
Yeah, like you just see what promise the team has. You see the conglomeration of people. You see what effort they've already done. It's just like, all right, let's do this together on some teamwork stuff. So yeah, props to them just for that visibility, that visual, and their potential. I like that.
You compare to the free agency. I'm gonna start doing using sport analogies.
Oh jeez.
The Hollywood draft.
Thank you. I know.
That's what it's going to be.
No, they're literally free agents.
I like that.
They're literally.
That should be a segment, the Hollywood draft. You heard that?
I think so.
Cool.
TM.
Yeah, don't touch that. Don't touch that. Don't touch that.
All right. So anything else?
Craig, did you
I'm
go?
gonna drop bars. I did not. I got time.
Yeah.
Cool, solid. So listen. All right. When I first got the news about Robert Pattinson getting casted, I was on the fence, of course, like everybody else. But then I thought about it. I'm like, let me check out some of his stuff. The only thing I got around to checking out was a movie called Damsel. It was a Western. And the only thing I was immediately looking for was his versatility. Because, of course, the role of Batman, like, I think if they're going for, like, a young Batman, they might play up the detective concept a lot more, which is going to suck, because one thing that I always talked about wanting to see was, like, the acrobatic Batman, the Batman that's able to, like, swing from buildings, like, it's like a watered-down human Spider-Man. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see that. They've never done that. They've never gone that route. They just lived on the ground floor, which is fine, and if they do, then that means that, like, there's like a level of espionage there. There's a level of like, okay, I'm an actor, I'm playing this one character, but I'm also gonna have to play Max's Malone, Bruce Wayne's villain personality that has to intercept the crime world. Like, he has to do that. Like, I want to see stuff like that if they're going his route, but that's a stretch. But who he was playing in that movie Damsel was like, I think he was some type of antagonist. I couldn't follow the whole movie because I was low key at work. Don't get mad at me, y'all. So I was watching bits and pieces here and there. He's got acting chops. Because as you stated, that's why I'm on your team with that. Like, he was like showing the classical training, like the classical acting training. I'm like, all right, cool. So if he approaches this, minus everything that went behind it, like minus the fact that Ben Affleck did it, Christian Bale did it, Val Kilmer, and the list goes on. Minus all of that, if he approaches it and puts his take on it, I think it'd be something something golden. Aside from that, too, what hasn't happened was he hasn't talked about it. He hasn't said anything. It's been radio silence from his camp.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like that's
like something that important went completely over my head.
I think they didn't agree on the money yet. They usually feel more comfortable once the money's agreed on.
Gotcha. Either way, like, because I know, like, yo, if somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, yo, play Miles Morales," because I'm brown, so I might be able to play that. I'm a little thick. If somebody came up to you and was like, "Play Miles Morales," you would be like, "Yo, I'm playing in the next Spider-Man movie."
But
like, yo,
you gotta look at it from this perspective. We never had a contract with Twilight, so that's our first gig. You're excited. He's in that world already.
Okay. Yeah, it makes. But I feel like that's a different level though.
Not to him, because Batman and DC, Marvel's our thing. He's an actor.
Yeah. He might not be a fan of nothing, for real.
Or it might not hit him the same way. Who knows?
Yeah. He's very silent in general. Like, you don't hear any buzz about him
at all.
Like, at all.
After Kirsten broke his heart.
Oh no.
Yeah, poor child. But that's wild. I just made a comparison.
I wasn't going to say anything to you. We're going to talk about that off camera.
We're going to talk.
Dang.
That's an insight.
Dude, can you just picture if, like, Kristen Stewart gets cast as Catwoman or something?
I hope.
I'm going to pull up and sabotage the whole production. Nah, but in terms of the villain,
thinking about that.
Yeah, in terms of the villain, I pray that it is not Penguin. I pray that they give us something we've never seen before. I'm praying for Hush. I would love to see Hush on camera, like on like a live action thing. That might be a stretch. I would love to see it. I would love to see some Hush. I'd love to see.
Let's go back to Falcone.
Oh God, it's more than likely going to be Falcone. Yeah, especially if they're starting from the wrist. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that, but that's a different video.
I think what they had to do is, in a world where in the past 2 years we've had Justice League, Gotham, like 5 or 6 different Warner Brothers animated movies, and Catwoman's coming out now too, and now there's a spin-off show about Alfred Pennyworth. Like, they have to do some type of different villain now.
They better.
Mr. Freeze.
Right.
I need Mr. Freeze done right. I need it. I need that to be done. I need the story. That's a good villain. That's one of my favorite villains of Batman's side of the world. CGI and just having him like, I need to see, like, I want to feel for Mr. Freeze. I want to feel for Victor and his wife and stuff like that. Like, I really want to get that essence of.
Man, I'm tired of feeling sorry for his wife.
Cold puns or no cold puns? What you doing?
No cold puns.
No cold puns.
No cold puns.
I'm done with that.
Zero.
You done with
He's not gonna give him the cold shoulder.
Ice in your pipes.
I want funny if it's natural.
Yeah, I don't want funny, but I feel like there's a way to deliver some of the puns that he was doing and not have the humor behind it.
Well,
I feel like there's a way.
I'm not gonna lie.
Darth Vader.
As much comics as I dig
Party.
into,
Batman and Robin was ice skating in the museum.
That was too much.
They said, and the blades came in.
Didn't the bad guys have hockey sticks?
Yes!
That was for kids.
Yeah, my one friend said they literally made that movie to make toys.
They were playing hockey
that's
with
make
a
money off
diamond.
toys.
Yeah, that's most cartoons and movies. Yeah, especially in the 90s.
And they probably did too. Like, I don't remember if they did or not, but
The merchandise sold.
That movie was out of pocket.
No, I want to.
But yeah, final thoughts.
Villains and plot. If you had any type of reign,
villains,
creativity.
I don't know, because for me, it's so hard for me to think of what villain I would want, because, like I've just previously stated, we've had Gotham, which we've seen a bunch of different iterations of these classic villains we're used to, and because we've had Bane, and we also had Bane in Dark Knight Rises, which was like 5 years before he, or was it 6? Before that, what was that, 2012 it came out, Dark Knight Rises?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2012.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's hard for me to decide. I have to give this to one of you guys because I don't really have too many thoughts on that. I don't know. I like the detective plot, like you were talking about, and if it takes place in the 90s, so be it. I just wonder how they're gonna line that up with these current DC extended universe films.
Right.
Like if it takes place in the 90s, so they're saying he grows up into Ben Affleck, or they're just gonna put some gray hairs in his beard later on.
Just retcon it. Just retcon it.
Was that an original villain?
Yeah.
Oh,
They could do that, and I wouldn't mind that. Honestly.
That would be crazy.
Like not Mask of the Phantasm, just like any type of like original villain. Like I wouldn't mind that honestly, because like
that's a good idea.
Hey, I got the message back, man.
I don't know if you want me to talk about that or what.
Yeah, dive in.
Let me know when you start filming there.
Are we good?
The chick from Thickness. Is the camera rolling?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
shite.
right.
God damn it.
That's
All right.
computer.
And 3.
Thickness. But yeah, go ahead. Justin, you want to elaborate more on plot and or villains?
So plot or villains, if I had to choose, I would honestly say, since we've had so many different iterations of all these popular villains, big or small, like Professor Pig or Bane or something like that.
Good title. Good
but
yeah,
what I would do is kind of like Batman Mask of the Phantasm, like create your own unique villain exclusive to the film. Just because we know a lot of these characters, different origin stories, and sometimes they'll just go with the classic origin story for a specific character. In the past 10 years, we've been shown Bruce Wayne's origin story, like 15 times? So, I mean, how many different times can they tell these villains' origin stories?
Actually, the only really Batman origin film is Batman Begins, technically.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, like...
Because Keaton was already in the mix, and so was George Clooney, and so was Val Kilmer.
Yeah, I mean, like, when they did, like, backstory, though, like, for Batman v Superman, they had him walking down the alleyway, and then they had flashbacks, and then in Gotham, they started out... I can understand with Gotham starting out that way, but, like, I've seen him become Batman, like, a million times already, so, I mean, like, I just hope if they do a villain, they at least do him in some sort of different iteration than what we've seen already. Like modernize. You guys ever played the new Spider-Man game?
Yes.
How they did for Otto Octavius?
Yeah.
Like he needed his tentacles, but in this one he made the tentacles because he was having some sort of like degenerative bone syndrome or something like that. So that's what they originally made that for. I was like, that's cool. Like that blows the original origin story out of the park and like makes it relevant now.
Blows a lot of movies out of the park too.
Yeah. But
Shut up.
that's it for me. So I'm gonna have to pass it to D-Lock 90 over here.
Oh, D-Lock. Oh,
Sounds like a robot.
yeah.
I thought it's not your Xbox name or something.
Well, first I'll start off saying there's already rumors in the air about multiple villains in it and Robins as well. I don't know how I feel about that.
Too soon.
Everything with multiple villains really doesn't end well. Besides, like, what, Dark Knight Rises?
I think Batman is the
if you
franchise too.
count-
Or like
Villains.
video games or something.
Right.
Because they kind of sewed that up pretty well
Right.
by like tying in Bane with Talia.
Exactly.
Like I wouldn't count them as separate because that was like
No, they all have multiple villains.
Okay,
Two-Face Joker.
fair enough. Yeah, and the first
No,
one,
Batman's perfect for multiple villains.
No, the very first one, Batman Begins, only had Ra's al Ghul and Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Ha!
Batman's perfect for multiple villains.
Fair enough.
You played yourself.
The 2-on-1s, all them Jones, the
Yeah.
fair ones. Nah,
But they did it correctly.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a primary villain and there's like a
Exactly.
secondary villain. Because Scarecrow was in all the movies, wasn't he?
facts.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Yeah.
Not my diagnosis.
Yeah. Salted man with cold sweat.
Mm-hmm.
So Dark Knight Rises, y'all.
Stop dropping lines though.
Yeah, no, for real. Batman is good for multiple villains, but like the first one, if this is like an origin movie, if this is going to be like on the Batman Begins type time, this is going to be like a year one type thing. If this is going to kick off like Batman's new actual trilogy, because we've only gotten one in history, it's got to be.
We got 2 trilogies. Well, it was
Some
4.
people don't count the other 2 movies in that Keaton
I certainly don't.
Clooney
Wait, which
trilogy.
I certainly
what y'all talking about?
in terms of the old school ones being a trilogy for them.
No, because Batman Returns.
Because I'm guessing
Batman Forever.
I'm guessing
Forever.
Batman Begins and The Dark Knight
Batman Robin.
were planned as a trilogy. Do you think?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think not saying like Dark Knight Rises were probably like planned as a trilogy, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking like the original Batman
They're
films.
freestyle.
Like, they just
They
kept
just kept
making
going.
more because
Yeah.
they kept making money.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So-
Because Batman Robin is a sequel to Batman Forever.
But Batman Forever is a sequel to
Batman Returns?
Yeah. Believe it or not.
Oh.
They just didn't sew it up that well.
It has been
Yeah.
so long since I've seen any of them.
Good.
Y'all got that.
I know
Good.
I know all of them like word for word.
God bless.
I also read Wikipedia.
You have to see how you said it. Like,
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I had to do that for the new Godzilla
mercy.
movie. Because like I wanted to make
Yeah,
sure if there was
that's
anyone
what
in
I
there,
thought.
I had to Wikipedia it before just to make sure. I was like, okay, did such and such die at the end of last night? I can't remember. Like I had to look at it real quick before I was watching the
Yeah.
second film. It's been so long.
I'll tell you who I don't want. I don't want Penguin like at all.
absolutely.
That missed me with all of that. I can't do Penguin.
At least not with a heavy role. Like, if you want to make a competing crime boss for a second, cool.
No,
I don't want him to look like Penguin.
I don't want to do Penguin.
Yeah.
Every iteration
Yeah.
of Penguin,
Oof.
every TV show.
Unless they go the route of what they did in the Arkham Knight series.
Okay.
That Penguin is a Penguin I can get behind. Y'all familiar with that?
Yes.
Short, squat, cockney dude
Yeah,
from like
yeah.
the UK.
Mhm.
Sounds British.
I think I remember. Was he in Arkham Knight?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. I think there was like one mission with him in it.
Yeah.
And there was like a chain.
Yeah.
You said because it was like a line of missions you had to do.
Yeah,
At
that's
the
it.
end, you find him, and he's like the short, squat, like fat dude,
Mhm.
and he's got like his monocle, but he's like a thug though. Like you won't question. Like if you're familiar with like any of y'all ever seen the movie Snatch?
Yes.
Talk about it all the time. Love that movie.
Yeah.
Like they do like UK criminals and gangsters perfectly, and a lot of people aren't familiar with how they're done, like how they look, how they act, and everything. The Penguin,
Right.
Okay.
like that's if they do that, if they merge those two, and now pops the Penguin, I can get behind that. Not for a whole movie,
Right.
maybe for like one of you guys were saying, like just have it like as a competing crime
Yeah.
boss. I think you said that. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I'll
on
give
some
that-
type time like
Yeah, I'll combine that in my take.
that.
Or secondary. Like they probably could do Black Mask, but Black Mask is already
Ooh.
being used for
Birds of Prey. Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
you
It's
saw
on the
that.
waste.
And it's Obi-Wan.
Word?
Yeah, Obi-Wan's Black Mask.
They got him doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, what was I just watching with him in it? That's another tangent, but thank God. Yo, his act, yes, Angels and Demons. He was great in Angels and Demons. I didn't even know he was in it. Nailed it.
And I forgot he is a black man. I mean,
Yeah.
he is impressive.
I thought you were gonna say he is a black man. I was like, for real?
I never
When did that
knew.
happen?
I never knew. But yeah, I don't want Penguin. I wouldn't mind them doing an Arkham Asylum movie though.
All right.
think it could be done.
That's exactly where I was gonna go. Damn,
Really?
Son of a goat.
Oh,
Yep,
damn.
you beat me. It's cool. I'll make something else up.
It's cool. No, you know,
I'm just thinking, have any movies touched upon Arkham Asylum heavily?
Not really.
nah.
Cause, I mean, maybe
Well,
maybe it was in the background.
You
Like,
can't really do that.
no.
I don't think.
The first Batman Begins briefly touched on it when homie was sending him to.
Oh, I thought y'all meant the games.
No, you meant
Okay.
the games?
No, I played some of the games, but I meant like in general in like the movie, any movie that came out has like Arkham Asylum been
Like
like
the gates and stuff.
has it been like a focus at all? Like
Not really,
has it been shown for more than like a second or two? Just
No.
to like
Well,
have someone
Did
being
he
thrown in
storm?
there?
Did he storm Arkham Asylum in the first one? Is that where they were doing it? I don't think that was.
What's
This
the
one-
first one?
They
Begins?
were-
Batman Begins.
Okay.
They were in Arkham Asylum in
Some dude in his basement is gonna chew all
Batman
this out
and
right
Robin,
now. He's gonna
Hit us with it, fam. Tell me, bro. Let me know. I gotta rewatch it anyway. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, they were in Arkham Asylum in Batman and Robin, wasn't
Ooh, listen.
Now you asking
If you remember that
Listen.
movie, he's
I
done
do.
better than all
I
of
love
us.
that.
God
Oh, I
bless.
don't love it. I
Here's
don't love
the
it,
thing,
but I
like,
know
Yeah,
it.
he love it.
Because there were info out that like that was
No, facts though. I can't. That's
I saw that in theaters and I was like, huh?
Yeah,
I was
because
6.
you were never a kid.
Yeah.
You came
I
out.
couldn't wait to see
and all
that
that.
movie, yo. That.
No, I mean I liked it just because I watched it the second time. And I was
But
like,
I would have been with you if you said you didn't. Because I did not. Though I like the action figures, I didn't like the action. I didn't like the movie. I couldn't do it.
well, see, I didn't realize that he was because that was my second version of Batman. I didn't realize what he was supposed to be fully. I didn't realize I was like 10.
Nah, my sister and like, my comic books, everything just was like, yo, that ain't him.
That is not him, man.
That ain't him. He a thug. This one's out here playing.
Yeah.
Bunch of kids and hockey sticks
We'll see.
and rubber lips.
Bat nipples.
Right. The bat nips.
I think. Should I give my take now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I was gonna say it should be Black Mask, but there's plenty. You know what? Gotham is so corrupt. There's plenty of villains you can use.
That's true.
I don't even think you should go to Death. No, I don't think you should use Deathstroke so early.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You should though, just not too soon.
I
see
think
what
that's the
you're
next
saying.
one because it's
Second
like
movie type
don't
time.
get what you. Batman's supposed to be he's supposed to be the main ninja.
Mm-hmm.
I think he be the ninja who takes out all the crime bosses. Then Deathstroke comes to crashes his party next time. Like
yeah, he's
you
like, I
think
heard you
you
was a
don't-
real one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up? What you trying to do?
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, because it goes like
You
this.
hit him
It goes
with
like
that
this.
action?
Lord, if you got
Someone-
it's a wrap.
The person who beats him or someone who knows Batman exists, they're like, we're not going to start this operation until we get someone like Batman, caught in Deathstroke. Especially that in
The way
that,
for Batman to like waste everyone else, then he'll swoop in.
yeah. Or that
Deathstroke
now Deathstroke at the end of Justice League isn't wasted.
That's true.
Facts. Yeah. Oh my god.
Unless the
Let me
movie
get
takes
you
place
started
in the 90s.
on that. Jesus.
I don't think it'll be
Retcon.
the 90s because old moment. We're about to be in 2020. So 20 years ago doesn't have to be the 90s. It could be 2004.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Different time.
My heart. Oh, I'm ancient. Jesus. But I like that though.
So yeah, they could be cell phones and stuff.
Mm.
They could be Blackberries.
I didn't know what that suit gonna look like.
Man, they better not. They better not do it. I think they
Bring back the yellow.
Bring that blue.
Jesus. Please don't bring back none of those.
Yeah,
Don't bring
bring
back
blue.
none of them. If they put that blue in there, I'm not seeing that movie. If I see a whiff of blue. Did y'all see?
What if it's like tactical blue, like Captain America Winter
Done.
Soldier?
Done. None of that. It better not be no blue. Nowhere.
I think it should just be
None.
a gray black scheme
Thank you.
and not a fat bat.
Thank you, Derek.
I think they might take it back. I think they might take it back and bring back the yellow
Oh God.
in the middle.
But
the black.
I don't think that's back. That's back for us.
That's
No, that's the original though.
That's the original, like back in the 30s.
Yeah, okay, no, that's too far back.
Okay.
That's like right after that. That's
Okay.
On that type of time.
Well, didn't they get the original yellow for his costume because like the yellow was the color of the light for the bat signal?
Mhm.
Isn't that where they came up with that from?
something like that.
Okay.
I just think it's
I think
just tactically ineffective.
you don't know, man. Bro.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
he
man,
thinks so
yeah.
militaristic.
We're also
Yeah.
spoiled by so many of these video games that have like a million different costume options, and then
Yeah.
we'll go through like half of them to finally pick one that we like.
Yeah.
Well, see, even when I'm doing that though, like I still pick the one that fits with the universe it's created.
Yeah.
I like it too,
I'm
actually.
weird in my head.
No, I do that too.
Yeah, like I would never pick like even the Batman Beyond suit. I wouldn't pick that one.
Yeah, that's a
and
little
Arkham Knight.
weird.
That was a little extensive. The blue. What game had not the Azrael, the blue and like it was like blue and it was metal and it was armor. What suit am I thinking of? I know he fought Bane in it, and I feel like it was on a comic book cover and he was on fire. I don't know, but that one, I'm like, nah, I'm not picking that, never.
Doesn't make sense for the type of fighting you're doing.
Exactly.
This will be like a quick fighter.
Exactly. I need something like that.
The universe and the person in it too. Like that's what I kind of look. Because I'm trying
Takes
to
the costume off of.
Yeah, because I'm looking at Robert Pattinson. I'm like, what suit would I put him in? I can't put him in anything that I like Christian Bale in because Christian Bale's shorter. He's more of like a taller. He's more of like a taller, lankier Batman. So he's got to like.
There's your answer right there, Key. Yeah.
So it's like
That's
you gotta.
Because I
So
guess
you're saying
you had like
Terry.
because you had the Batfleck where he had the black and gray.
Yeah.
But then he went into like the
I'll tell you
tank
in a
costume
second.
when he fought Superman. So
Right.
he could be like that. He has different suits for different occasions, kind of like Iron Man.
Yeah, that'd be dope. R.I.P. Shout out.
I'm gonna keep it a buck because it's about to be 2020. I would like them to figure out a way to like bring to life. Y'all seen X-Men Evolution? I feel like we talked about this before. Magneto's concept, and I know Batman's done this too, but just to take it out of universe for a second to just show y'all how many times it's been done. Magneto's whole thing, it looked like his cape was like a cloak as well. You couldn't see nothing from the neck down. It was all black, and it was just his helmet. You couldn't even see his face underneath. I want Pattinson to try to develop or deliver some type of aspect of that, like Batman out here looking like a whole Spectre. Like a whole
like lurking in the shadows kind of vibe, like a noir feeling kind of.
Exactly, and if I can,
now that's up to the creative team.
Yeah, and I feel like for them casting, they reached for him for a reason. One thing that we've seen him be able to do is have a darker aura, like a dark presence on camera. That's what he kind of, like it or not, in Twilight, he was casted as that vampire. It hurts to say it, vampire. I guess that's what he was. It's what. He was casted as that vampire. He glittered. He's not a vampire. Fair enough. They casted him as that character because he had a darker presence. He had an edge to him that was like, it lended itself to the shadows. I feel like
his personality is pretty dark. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If he can live there and like ramp that up, like multiply it by like 20 to be Batman, because I'll say he'd make a solid Bruce Wayne. He'd make a solid Bruce Wayne. Everything gets lost in translation when you're switching over to Batman. It's always been more complicated to switch a character from being Bruce Wayne to Batman, and it's because they're two different characters, but one person has to embody them. Ben Affleck failed in being Batman. Batman would never be like visibly excited to see Superman. Right. He would never be excited to see Superman show up to the Rumble like visibly. Like that'd be something like he'd make a snarky comment about it or something like that.
That's interesting to say though, because like
you see what I'm saying?
Someone had an interview with the dude who played like Tom Welling, not the dude who played the actor Tom Welling who played Clark Kent on Smallville, and someone was like, "Would you ever come back in like Arrow or Supergirl to play Superman?" He was like, "Maybe, but I don't know who that character is." Because he's just like, I've played Clark Kent the entire time and the Blur. Like, I don't know Superman who's been Superman. So he at least distinguished that they're two separate characters and completely.
Exactly. And if he's got to approach it like that. And I feel like to establish that kind of concept into like pushing it into the realm of like what the costume is going to be, he's got to also wear that and become that. I feel like it's a great starting point if we just start to look at like if I had to make a costume, I'd see it as like a cape that's something that could be like a cloak. I don't think we've ever seen that. Like a cape type cloak type thing that makes his shoulders a little more broad and that has him posted up like this, give him the
make him look more menacing.
Yeah. Exactly. Give him the cartoon eyes too. Yeah. Maybe because it's got to be something that you could tell that there's a person in there, but at the same time, just look like I'm a force.
Yeah, and to like go off your point even more, Greg, like kind of like what they did in almost a couple of the iterations that they used in Gotham Knight. Like, like the one that I always tell you that which one is you. When he's standing in the fire, he saves the chick, and he's got and he's about to shoot the girl, and he comes up, and he clears all this distance like real quick.
Yes.
But he's like really big, and the one that I like is the one where he's in the sewer and he's fighting.
The fast one. He's fighting Killer Croc.
That's my favorite one. So if they like find those iterations, even the one that has the that looks more like an anime, and he makes a suit that kind of repels bullets and stuff like that.
Yes.
And even the one where he's working through pain and stuff, he gets shot and he's going back into his mind trying to figure out what he had to do to get through that. I need that. I need them to show. They're going to do origin. Show me that. Like we've got a little bit of the training in Batman Begins. We got a lot of the training in Batman Begins because it was really focused on.
Don't just like portray him as someone who's like immortal, basically, who can take all these hits.
Yeah.
Like Batman vs Superman. Regardless if you're wearing that huge suit, he got hit dozens of times. With those punches.
Exactly. Like I want to see Bruce Wayne fail in his training of when he leaves after everything happens to him and after he gets old enough, and I want him to come back and I want him to fail again. Just so that we have all that room for that growth for him for the end of the movie, the trilogy, and the Batman that we want. Because they didn't show the title of Dark Knight until the movie was over.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't the Dark Knight when he first started out. He was the Dark Knight after he had to do what he had to do. After, like, you know, Commissioner Gordon was spitting all these bars about, like, who he had to be. Like, that was so cool how they did that. I need them to show that. Because now...
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying, right now, even though the movie's not out, he's not our Batman yet. And I want to grow with him for him to become our Batman.
I think, I don't want to see that much training. Because...
What if they had a 1980s style montage?
Oh, Jesus.
Good alley-oop. Good alley-oop. No, like...
I do not want to see him.
It might have to be, Greg.
You got
I have
Batman v
ideas. I
Superman.
have
He was
ideas.
working the ropes and flipping the tire and everything like that.
That's different. Nah, because like I
It
like
could be like Rocky. Not Rocky. Creed.
Run up the Gotham City Hall steps.
It's Robert Pattinson though, dog. I want to see a movie for once where there's more Batman than there is Bruce Wayne on camera. I know that's a lot to ask for, but I would like to see that. To your point though, I do like the concept. What I didn't like about Batman Begins was that he went to one place for all the training that he got to carry.
That's what I'm saying. You can't like that.
Yeah, because I always disagreed with that. Like this man was skilled at everything. This
Right.
Batman. If we're going off the comic books and the cartoons, he was skilled at everything. He was like the zenith of like human intellect and human strength. He combined the two. So for him to just go and learn everything that he knew from Ra's al Ghul, nah, that's not enough for me. Like, I want to see him go to India to learn these techniques. I want to see him go to, like, remember in Batman Beyond, I don't know if you had questions like this as young boy, but in Batman Beyond, when he sent Terry to go train with the elderly lady who could throw good hands.
Yeah.
I want to show that connection.
Yeah.
Like, where did he go in Japan to learn his ninja techniques aside from working with the League of Shadows? Like, I would love to see that, but like reference material. Okay. Like maybe we see him as like an adult Bruce Wayne or whatever, and then it's like we do like how they did in the cartoons, like cast us back in time to when that was happening or something like that.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say maybe we were running out of time, but I was gonna say maybe not full montage, not even a cheesy one, but you show little montages and maybe when he runs into a problem during training,
Exactly.
or you show the montage or something, or maybe your point's better of just while he's in Gotham, he has the flashbacks of the training that applies to the situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like have it like because that's what happens in real life. You're going through some stuff.
Yeah.
Cast your mind back to your memory. You figure out how you made it out before.